I'm batshit crazy for doing this. I'm gonna attempt to do Legends of Tomorrow, episode 5, titled Return of the Mack, out here where I literally have only an hour till I go to work. So this is batshit crazy. Let's see, Nate. From what I remember from this episode, Nate, he discovers a bunch of anachronisms, one of them being in Victorian London. And from what I remember, they managed to meet up with Rip, who was apparently there previously because they discovered what seems to be a vampire. Because a bunch of dead guys, bodies drained of blood, and they have pierce marks right here, typical of the whole vampire shenanigans, which I thought was pretty cute considering the entire episode. We see Mick, you know, Mick, our wonderful Mick, yeah, he's constantly reading Dracula, which I thought was pretty perfect for this episode considering. But, Rip pretty much asks for help, which is kind of ironic considering, he normally doesn't ask them for help. The last time he asked them for help was pretty much the beginning of this entire Legends of Tomorrow thing. And look what happened. He left, memory's gone, came back, decided to quit, formed the Time Bureau, so I don't know what's up with Rip, man, and there's like just sun everywhere. My mom said it was gonna rain. Does this look like it's gonna rain to you? My mom's tripping balls. But anyway, which is funny, she's probably watching me right now because like her break room's like right there. But anyway, yeah, it got hot in the car. I usually like take a nap in the car real quick because my mom starts at 8. Mondays and Thursdays, my mom starts at 8 anytime she works, right? But for me, my schedule differs. Like on the weekends, yes, I work weekends. I start work at 10, and then I'm pretty much off Tuesday and Wednesdays. Of course, people who've watched my videos actually know that already. And on Fridays, I start at 9. But like Mondays and Thursdays, I usually start 12:30, which is a problem because my mom starts at 8 and she's my carpool. So I'm like here for like 4.5 hours early, and I'm bored stiff. But anyway, and it got hot in the car, like for real. It's like death in this car. Anyway, back to the whole episode. Anyway, I'm walking around because I'm trying to get a breeze. I'm sorry, I'm like totally dilly-dallying, but it's hot. I am wearing a dress, but this dress has this thickness and it's long sleeve because my mom told me it was gonna rain. Anyway, I could be as loud as I want here though, which is great. I don't care if I'm embarrassing myself right now. But anyway, what you call it? They soon discover that apparently they're draining bodies because they're trying to resurrect somebody. And I thought it was a cute cameo because we do get to see a little video call to Curtis from Arrow, which I thought was a cute little Easter egg call, which I thought was awesome. And they soon find out that the person that they're trying to resurrect is in fact Damien Dark. We all love Damien Dark, right? That fool with the immortality bullshit happening and the whole voodoo magic thing where he could like stop you midway and just like blast you and shit like that. Yeah, that guy. This very same guy that killed Laurel Lance. F that guy. And for those who have not watched recent seasons of Arrow, particularly that part, I'm sorry if I spoiled shit for you. But yeah, they're trying to resurrect Damien Dark, and we all know he was already a big bad in the last season. Again, for those who have not watched the last season of Legends of Tomorrow, spoiler alert, Damien Dark was one of the main baddies there. He was part of the Legion of Doom, along with the Reverse Flash, Malcolm Merlin, and of course Captain Cold from the past. Because remember, our dear beloved Captain Cold from season 1, again if you haven't even seen season 1, spoiler alert, our beloved Captain Cold died in season 1. But anyway, and while they're at that, they meet someone named Madame Eleanor, at least the newest team member has. If you remember correctly in the comic books, her comic book name is Isis, and I'm gonna call her that from now on. Isis pretty much meets someone named Madame Eleanor, who claims to, you know, how should I say this, can speak to the dead, you know, it's one of those psychics that can speak to the dead kind of thing. And she's like, you know, I can speak to your dead brother, right? And so I thought it was a hoax already, because, come on, I never really believed in psychics. You know, seeing's believing, then again, seeing's believing. But my mom, oh my god, my mom is a total buff for psychics. She even told me once that a long time ago, she got in trouble from her father, aka my grandpa, because she kept making phone calls to psychics and spending a shitload of money. You remember those times where it like costs you hella money to be on the landline for hella long? That was my mother with psychics. It was great. It's like Mama was a troublemaker. I love it. But anyway, anywhoots, I never believed in that psychic bullshit. That's why I had a feeling it was going to be a trap with this whole Madame Eleanor thing. And it turns out it was a trap because Madame Eleanor is none other than Damien Dark's daughter, who is time traveling everywhere. Basically, well, not really time traveling. She's kind of like time displacement kind of thing going on, but she is Damien Dark's all grown-up daughter. And you remember with the fall and death of Damien Dark on Arrow, Damien Dark's wife ended up getting killed. She ended up getting like pretty much, wasn't she like squashed to death when the building like collapsed around her or something like that? I don't remember that much about her death. I think she got like injured and then she was too injured to leave the crumbling building, so they had no choice but to leave her behind or something like that. But then, like, they managed to save the daughter, and she was, like, pretty much the only one of the Dark family to survive. And granted, I'm totally against killing off kids, even, especially in real life, but, like, in shows in general. I don't like seeing kids get hurt. But, if I knew that Damien Dark's daughter would be this evil bitch of a woman named Madame Eleanor, I would have said, kill the kid. Kill the kid. Because look what happened. She grew up, she's a time displacement, and she resurrected Daddy Dearest by draining blood from innocent men in Victorian London. What a bitch. Anyway, what you call it? During this whole episode, we also see Jax apparently asking Ray to sever the psychic connection between him and Stein, because apparently he can't stand the fact that Stein has this psychic connection. Because he even made a funny little reference. He's like, you know, pretty much Jax told Ray last time he got laid, afterwards, freaking Stein was in his head and he really didn't. I wouldn't blame him. I mean, if I was Jax and I was in his shoes, like I got laid or something, and all of a sudden you hear a psychic connection from somebody, it's like an invasion of privacy. So I kind of don't blame Jax, but at the same time, the whole psychic connection thing, didn't that come with the whole firestorm bullshit? I'm just saying, what if something happens, you know? The psychic connection comes with the whole firestorm thing. So what if they mess up their firestorm transformation because of it? I'm just saying. But I understand his reasoning. But anyway, what else happened in there besides the resurrection? Madame Eleanor, aka Dark Jr. I call her Dark Jr. She manages to trick and steal Isis's totem, uses it for herself, and also to help use it to resurrect Daddy Dearest. I forgot how, but she somehow used the amulet, and then she was using it to pretty much fight off the legends. And it was an interesting battle, but of course Damien Dark and his dear beloved demon seed, Madame Eleanor, both managed to escape during the battle. But like before all that happened though, from what I remember, Rip tried to trap all the legends onto their time ship, the Wave Rider, to try to protect them from the resurrection. Again, I don't blame Rip. I mean, it's Damien Dark. We all know the history of Damien Dark, and apparently Madame Eleanor, Dark's daughter, has apparently the puppet to this big baddie for Legends of Tomorrow this season, which is apparently named Malice. And according to Rip, Malice is someone even the previous Time Masters were afraid of. Remember those Time Masters that from the first season, those total assholes that pretty much brainwashed Mick, pretty much imprisoned the legends, and in my opinion, the reasons why poor Leonard Snart died, I hated those Time Masters. They were freaking dicks. But Rip even said this big bad Malice was somebody even the Time Masters were afraid of. And if that's the case, why all of a sudden now they decide to he decides to show up, or he or she, whoever Malice is? I mean, if it was someone the Time Masters were afraid of, you would think that they would have the presence more known, especially since the Time Masters are all the way in season 1. But whatever, plot. But sorry, I saw Employee and I saw a movie. Anyway, Sarah, after the entire battle happened with Damien Dark and his daughter, Sarah reported Rip to the Time Bureau. Because remember, Rip created the Time Bureau, right? And so, she actually reported Rip Hunter to his own time bureau. Hang on, I'm trying to get in the shade right now because it's hot. I'm gonna be out here. Okay. So, Rip actually created the time bureau, and now he's being arrested by the very people he created, which I think is highly hilarious. It's like, oh, I created this beautiful time bureau. They're like the perfect time people, and now they're arresting me. My old team reported me to my new team that I created, and they're arresting me. I feel kind of bad for Rip, but then again, he had this coming. Because the whole argument with Sarah and Rip was like, you betrayed us before, and you like pretty much go rogue on every team that you create. You created the Legends, you went rogue. You created, no wait, you're part of the Time Masters, you went rogue, created the Legends. Then you went rogue again, and then now you're doing the Time Bureau, and now you're going rogue again. So I kind of don't blame Sarah for being like wishy-washy about Rip in general, because I would be too, not gonna lie. Because that's the third group of people that he literally went rogue on. Time Masters, Legends, and now the Time Bureau. So I kind of don't blame her for that. But to turn Rip in like that, kind of don't understand it. I think maybe Sarah might have a plan. I don't know. But if she doesn't, then kind of messed up, Sarah. Because that's going a little too far. Like having Rip be arrested by his own Time Bureau. I'm just saying. I get your reasoning. The execution was kind of poor. But anyway, apparently turning in Rip Hunter also gave Sarah and the Legends clemency. Because, sorry if there's a lot of background noise. Like I said, I'm kind of at work. And, there's a busy-ass freeway, like, all around there. Well, not freeway, road. The freeway's over there. But, yeah, busy as hell. But anyway, what you call it? Apparently turning Rip in to the Time Bureau gave them a little clemency to move around. And in the quote of that evil... How rude, okay? Quoting that evil lady that I don't like in the Time Bureau. I even forgot her name because I don't even give a damn about her. But, I'm even gonna quote her. She's like, you gave us Rip? We give you... You can do whatever you want. We don't have time to deal with idiots. And I was like, bitch! Anyway, so Sarah and the Legends can do whatever they want now at the cost of Rip being arrested, which I think is kind of a high-stake thing, not gonna lie. Because Rip was even telling Sarah, Malice is a bigger threat. He's gonna get worse, whoever Malice is. So, I don't think arresting the one person that actually is taking Malice seriously should be arrested. I'm just saying. But anyway, what should I call it? It was funny seeing the Mick moments. Was hilarious because the entire episode, besides the fighting, he was reading a Dracula book. When you see Mick Rory read, I'm not questioning his intelligence. I'm pretty sure he's damn bright in his own way. But it's like you never see him read for shit. So it's like seeing him read a book is hilarious, and it's a Dracula book, and it perfectly matches the whole, possible vampire bullshit that was happening in this episode, which I thought was funny as hell. And I am kind of worried about them trying to sever the psychic connection between Jax and Stein, because it's like something might happen with the Firestorm thing, because that comes with the Firestorm thing. You kick out the link, you might miss shit up. I'm just saying. But I'm kind of looking forward to the next episode, because apparently the preview, something apparently did go wrong with the whole cutting the psychic link thing, so I can't wait to see that bullshit. It's gonna be hilarious. But anyway, this is my reaction rant to Legends of Tomorrow. Was it season 3? I want to say this is season 3. If I'm wrong, I'm sad. I'm so sorry. But it is episode 5 for sure, and it's called Return of the Mack. So yeah, I'll probably see you for Arrow season 6, episode 5. Forgot the name of the title, but I'll pretty much figure it out later. I'll probably do this video. I'll probably do Arrow's video during work too. It's gonna be freaking hilarious. But anyway, peace out, world. Bye, BoTip.